there's only one drink that I'll drink, that's mojito. It tastes so good, you take it fast. I guarantee you make it start to shake that glass. Just shake that glass, just shake that glass. I guarantee you make it start to shake that glass.
How do you make that? I'll go with the super batch.
What kind of a joke does a black person not get?
A dad joke?
Mine eyes seen the corruption of the Adam County cops, stealing money, stealing cake. When they make their traffic stops, first they screw you, then they sue you. Play game and dismiss your claims. The proof's on the internet. Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. Mine eyes have seen informants get busted with felonies. Tell the cops I'm a kidnapper and I sell a lot of keys. Raid my house and then get pissed, cause the dungeon don't exist. My proof's on the internet. Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. My gate don't operate and my door is on the floor. My camera's disconnected, Lisa Phillips is up. Downtown they take my mama's lemon pound cake. My proof's on the internet. Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. They vandalize my property, my money came up short. They disconnect my cameras because they are a poor sport. They're the predators and the victims and they're suing me in court. My proof's on the internet. Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. Brian Newland is a flag. William is a pedophile. If I'm telling folks the truth, how come I have to go to trial? Newland sexting kids, that's true. Now he's stealing my money too. My proof's on the internet. Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. Tasha Chamberlain is a confidential informant. Roy Gabbard is the judge that signs fictitious warrant. This whole situation is totally their fault. Don't raid me, don't get videoed and caught. Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. Prosecutor David Kelly turned to jelly when they fell. Coward ran to Arizona so he wouldn't catch the hell. Kimmy tried to dodge us. Rogers tried to retire and dip like a rat leaving a sinking ship. Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. All you crooked cops in the world that's doing wrong, you better stop, you crooked cop, before I put you in a song. Make your family and your friends laugh out loud and sing along. My proof's on the internet. Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet.
In this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. I said certified free. 7 days a week. Wet ass P word. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you effing with some wet ass P word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P word. Give me everything you've got for this wet ass P word. Beat it up, N-word, that's your charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P word right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Up on top, I wanna ride. I do a giggle while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P word is wet, come take a dive. It continued along these lines. And it gets significantly more vulgar. Like, oh.
Indiana Jones theater, that was going to be like the heart of the Star Wars land. That was going to go away, and we were going to plug it right in there. The Mos Eisley Cantina was going to be right across from Star Tours, and we had all kinds of great concepts with that. And we had gotten way down the path on art drawings, and we hadn't gone into architectural drawings or anything. And then we got a call one day, and they said, well, we got some news for you all. And the Imagineering guys, they've heard this line many, many times during their career. And I had never been through this. They said, well, yesterday, Bob Iger met with Kathleen Kennedy, who, as a lot of people may know, was sort of George Lucas's protege and headed up Lucasfilms. And they had a conversation, they had a meeting. And Kathleen Kennedy, her point of view was, there are way more Disney or Star Wars stories ahead of us than behind us. So we really should think about, or do we want to build a Tatooine and build what all the 50-somethings remember Star Wars is? Or do we want to build something else which is going to appeal to all the upcoming generations who are going to know the new stories? And that day, the Tatooine was killed at the studios. And all those concepts were put on a shelf, and I'm sure they're sitting in a vault, and I'm sure they're going to be shown someday about what that land would have looked like and what the attractions were going to be. And the Imagineering team, we got off the phone, and I said, can you guys believe this? And they said, this is terrible. We've been working on this. I said, well, what's next? They said, well, we're going to get on a call tomorrow and start over. I said, that's it? They go, look, go out tonight, go have a few beers, cry in your drink, come back tomorrow, and we're starting again. And they had been through this before. They know that until it's signed and until you start breaking.
Fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Are you bummed that Luke didn't get sort of a reunion with Han Solo?
Absolutely. In fact, when I was reading it, I thought, if Leia's trying to mentally contact me and she's not successful, she'll rush to his aid. She'll get close to him and then get into some dire situation, and that's when I show up for a big yay! Save her life. Then we rush to Han and are in the same position that Rey and Finn and Chewie are. Too late to save him, but witnesses. And I say, because it would carry so much emotional resonance into the next film. For us, his wife, his best friend to witness, instead of two characters that have known him, 20 minutes?
Well, you're assuming that I train Rey.
Exactly. Sneaky.
Do I?
Sneaky.
I know, I have to be really careful. People say, was it difficult to pick up and wield a lightsaber again? And I go, do I pick up?
Is it difficult acting in this movie? Am
Well,
I in this movie?
I can promise you my part is twice as big as it was in Force Awakens. When I read 8, I told Ryan, I fundamentally disagree with virtually everything you've decided about my character.
Who is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says it's time for the Jedi to end? I read that and I said, what? I mean, that's not what a Jedi does. I mean, a Jedi is optimistic. A Jedi has tenacity. He never gives up. He doesn't secrete himself on an island. But you'll...
Something that George initially set out to do was a kind of 3-act saga with these 3 trilogies. And I think we felt that we should honor and respect that.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
I think that the thing that George never did was maintain the status quo. And I think that that's really important because...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
kind of lost control of Star Wars, so it's going off in a different path than what I intended. But the first 6 are very much mine and my philosophy. And I think that philosophy sort of goes beyond any particular time, because it's based on history, it's based on philosophy, it's based on a lot of things. And you know, the first 3 basically tell you how a democracy turns into a dictatorship, and you end up with a tyrant, the emperor. It's a very important now, where we are now in our political history.
And as always, may the force be with you.
I'm kind of retarded. There's some chick named That Star Wars Girl or something like that. And she wrote this fucking screen. She was like, "You're always doing this." And she ended with, "Be a man." And I was like, what the fuck? I've been struggling my whole life not to be a man.
Yeah.
Grown up fucking teenager.
Not to be the version of a man we thought we were supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The man that she was suggesting that I'd be.
Like our dad's generation.
Who didn't fucking cry.
No.
Although my father cried.
Shove that rod up that cunt's ass.
Hey, what are we talking about? That Star Wars girl.
That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl.
What's up? You guys can't see me. What's up, all my Ewoks, Tribbles, Droids, and Wookiees? Anna, also known as the Star Wars Girl. We got a lot to talk about. Sorry for my tardiness. I'm so sorry. This morning, I woke up to a text from my best friend, and she said, "Hey, I need you to pick me up later." And I'm like, "What time?" And my best friend had to get some car work done, so I had to go pick her up. And then she came over, hung out for a little bit, then I had to take her back. And sitting in traffic is not fun. And when I dropped her off, there just happened to be a Daiso and a TJ Maxx across the street. So I needed to go get me my pumpkin spice candle. So I'm a little bit late. I apologize, but I'm in a really good mood. I'm in a fantastic mood today. We got so much to talk about. Yes, we are going to be talking about the drama. Hence, you know what? Anytime I'm wearing sunglasses, I think that's just going to be my thing now. If I'm going to talk about some drama, I got to put the shades on. Now, unfortunately, Rumble does not have this feature yet. So if you guys are watching over on the YouTubes, there's a poll. So we are either going to be talking about, or we're going to talk about all these things, but it's the order in which we're going to discuss them that I guess the YouTube people get to pick. And that is, what topic would you like to discuss first? Scarlet's Melties, Spiderman, or Highlander? And I always put that there's going to be more. My eye is leaking. Yay, that's great. That's whenever I get hit by like the wind in a certain direction, you know, it does this thing and it's driving me crazy. But first and foremost, Nina, thank you so much for the raid, my dear. Thank you. I appreciate you. Russell, thank you for the Rumble rant. Let it be known, Nina Infinity is in favor of porn stars pooping on camera and then having babies. All right. Now we all know. Patrick T, thank you for the first super chat over on YouTube. Apologize for the Mojito song. Got your book. Oh, you did? Do you like it, Patrick? I hope you like it. You were like one of my very first volunteers, so I'm glad that you got it, and I'm glad that I hope you like it at least. Oh, I hope it got to you safely and it's undamaged and all that. Okay. So right now, Scarlet's Melty is winning with 47%. Then we got Spider-Man at 36 and Highlander at 16, which is kind of the order that I wanted to talk about these. Now, I am at war with the mosquito. Just warning you guys, there is a mosquito in here. I'm not thrilled about it. Let me see. I always have to switch up all of these settings. I wanted to do the thing where the super chat appears, or like it, you know, it'll pop up on my screen when you guys send it. I would like that to happen. I don't know. Okay, donation banners. Is that what it is? There we go. Does it have to stay the whole time though? Can it just pop up from time to time? There we go. All right. All right. Mute status. Display mute status. Names. Display participant names. Oh, okay. That's me. That's me. All right. Let's see if I get everything else. Do we want to have the live chat up? Do you guys want to be up on my screen? No, that's a little much, isn't it? But anyways, guys, we got stuff to talk about. The mosquito. Listen, there are so many mosquitoes. They like my blood, apparently. My blood type is O positive. So these goddamn mosquitoes like this blood type, which I'm not happy about. I'd rather I have the type of blood that they don't like, but unfortunately, I guess I have the blood that they do like. Now, oh, my tummy. Listen, I got this big old baby growing in here, and it's giving me some pain today. This baby's been moving around like crazy. It's like, let's do gymnastics and taekwondo at the same time. I'm like, Jesus, little baby, you're going crazy. All right. So, let's see. Well, guys, let's just roll right into the first topic because I am late. I do want to still paint tonight. If you guys are following me on my art channel, I have been doing painting streams. It's also here on my Rumble. If you guys would just like everything in one place, you guys can watch them here on Rumble. I have a lot of fun. It's really, really chill, and I just paint. So that's what I've been doing. And actually, the background dried over the past 24 hours, and it looks great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Russell, thank you for another Rumble rant. Your blood type is glucose saturated, Anna. Not really. I don't really eat sugar during the day, Russell. I eat a lot of meat and cheese. Like the only thing, like all I drink is, I guess, sugar, which I try to limit myself to only doing that on air. Oh yeah, let's do this. Let's do this first, guys. If you backed my book on Indiegogo, I love you. You are an amazing human. I have been getting everyone that has emailed me with their backer information. It's gone out to you. I see it. This fucking asshole. Oh, I got him. Look at that. Do you guys see him? Right there. He's burning, baby. Burn, bitch. Burn. Why couldn't Thanos just do that? Why couldn't Thanos snap every mosquito out of existence? It would make everything better. But okay, if you guys backed my book on Indiegogo and emailed me all of your backer information, I have sent it out. I saw somebody just emailed me, so I will get to that, and it will go out tomorrow. But for those that missed out on the campaign, I have an Etsy store, and my book is available up on my Etsy. You guys can go check it out. It is linked in the chat. I think I must have pinned it. If not, maybe I can get that pinned. I know I commented on it. Here it is. Let me pin that in my chat. Pin the message. Also, everybody, please smash the like button if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. But go and check out my book. Again, it is up on my Etsy. If you backed on Indiegogo, I appreciate you. And I'm trying to get those all out to you. So if you guys backed me on Indiegogo has, I don't know, they got bought out by another company. This company's lost their goddamn minds, and they switched everything. And now I do not have access to my backer information, so I can't even see your guys' info to send you your books. So what you have to do is, if you backed me on Indiegogo, I will ship it out tomorrow, and I drive these things straight to the post office, so it gets to you as soon as humanly possible. And what you have to do is you either send me screenshots of your confirmation email when you first backed the campaign, and I need two things. I need to know what tier you backed, and I also need to know your address. So just forward me your original backer email that said oh, congratulations on backing this campaign, where it shows you your receipt of everything. Or just send me screenshots and make sure. And if your address changes, tell me the new address. So just email me that information. Don't send me your backer number. I can't look that up. I have no way of accessing it. I apologize. Indiegogo's lost its goddamn mind. and I can't access any of that. So if you guys have did back the book and you haven't gotten it yet and you haven't contacted me, please do so. My email address is thatstarwarsgirl@gmail.com. I had a couple nice people try to like leave a comment on like a public post to let everybody know that that's the situation. And this is how broken Indiegogo is. It doesn't post it. It just emails me directly. And I can't email you guys directly. If you guys send me an email, I can't respond to you. But for whatever reason, if you guys try to make a public post, it only goes to me. It's great. Awesome, huh? Can you put a sentimental commemorative token in my shipment? I don't even know what that means, but thank you. Thank you. So go and check that out. All right. So far, let's check the poll. Shh. Isn't she gay? Who's gay? I don't know. Okay, so far, based on everyone that voted over on the YouTubes, Scarlet Melty is winning with 43%, then Spider-Man, then Highlander. All right, perfect. That was the exact order I wanted to talk about these things in. So, if you guys aren't aware, we got to talk about this. So, there's going to be a little drama. So, for those that don't know, there was this girl that came into our sphere via Simpcast. At least that's how I met her. Now, Chrissy does this thing where she just invites everyone on Simpcast, or like every girl. She tries, she mixes up the personalities and all that. And Scarlett was this girl who had done Korn. And Chrissy had her on, and she was a bit different, to say the least, very sporadic and very, very sensitive. And one of these streams, Nina, yes, everyone's saying Scarlett, you mean the one with Nina? Yeah, so Nina was on this Simpcast, and I guess she was saying bye to everyone. And she said, like, stay off the drugs, and Scarlett had a melty, went off on Mandy. We went over this my last stream, or the stream before. I can't exactly remember, but I believe it was recently. One of my last 2 lives, we talked about this. And then this past week, I hosted the Jack Show. And I had Chrissy and Nick Ricada on, both 2 people who know Scarlett. And I wanted to talk about the situation, because what happened was Scarlett got involved with this locale named Ethan Ralph. And if you know anything about Ethan Ralph, you know that is a shit show waiting to happen. So, oh my goodness. And let's just say that shit show got even crazier and crazier and crazier. So, it got to the point where there was like body cam footage of cops coming out, people getting arrested for having cocaine. And it just became a mess. So I decided, hey, I already am going to have Nick and Chrissy on. And they both know her. We're going to talk about this. Now, I said this in the last time I talked about this. I can be understanding to a point. I am not the kind of person that, can just sit by and be like, yeah, we're all just going to tiptoe around you and pretend like, you're not on crack or you're not on drugs or something like that. I just can't do that. And I'm not the type of person, like, I can't sugarcoat things. I am not built that way. I do not have the patience for that. And the reason why I don't have the patience for that is because I've dealt with it in real life. I've watched people, basically throw their entire lives away because they, go down the rabbit hole of doing drugs or other stupid shit, and I just don't have the patience. And it's also like, well, you want to act like you're everything's fine, but it's very clear that you're on something, and you're insulting me and my intelligence by trying to play off that you're not. So I don't have any patience for that, because I've dealt with it in real life, and I don't want to get into like the personal aspect of it. But I saw some people, they got very upset, very offended. They're like, Anna, you need to have more compassion. Like, I have compassion towards a lot of things. When you're on drugs and you're causing, chaos, and then you want to insult everyone else's intelligence because we can all clearly see. It's like a child throwing a temper tantrum and then saying that they aren't throwing a temper tantrum. It's like, really, because you're screaming and crying, rattling on the ground. And listen, I have one child. I'm about to have a second one. Those are the only two people in the world that I'm going to have that type of patience for. And dear God, I will have failed as a human being if my children end up like that. So knock on freaking wood and fingers fucking crossed that I'm, crazy enough to get this shit right. Oh my God, there's a mosquito by my foot. Go away. Go away. Ah. Oh, did you guys see? Oh my God, the smoke. Do you see that? Oh, smell. That's nasty. That was a big one. Russell, thank you for the Rumble rant. Word on the street is the shit show included fisting content. Scarlett was not the one playing catcher. Ew! Ew, 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 ew. Ah, gross. I did not need to know that. I don't want to know that. Thank you for the Rumble rant, Russell. Oh my God, that's disturbing. Ah. Gross. I did not need that image in my head. Back to what I was talking about before mosquito distracted me. Oh, yes, my patience for things. Listen, I can be compassionate and empathetic towards a lot of problems or a lot of issues that people have, but the second that drugs are involved, that's my limit. I don't have patience for it. It's like, unless you were like on Epstein's Island and you're having PTSD and you went down the dark path on that, like that, I'm like, all right, shit hit the fan. But if you had a perfectly fine life and then you decided to do that stupid shit and continue to do that and you want to lie to yourself, it's like, all right, lie to yourself as much as you want, but you don't want to lie to me. I don't have patience for it, and I don't have time for that in my life. So anyways, this a whole shit show happened. And I was like, well, we've all kind of been involved in some way, shape, or form. And this is the topic. This is the thing everyone's pretty much talking about. At least it's all over my goddamn Twitter. So why don't we talk about it on Jack's show with people that know about the situation? And I saw Nick did a whole video covering the legal stuff. I know Chrissy had stuff to say about it. So, let's talk about it. And I did not, again, they were all very understanding, very compassionate about it. I was probably, and I said, I was like, I'll be the bitch in this situation, just say, what I have to say. And I think I was the least lenient out of all of them. Actually, I will stand by that. I was the least lenient out of all of them. But apparently that, well, if you don't watch the show and you're already angry, that did not work. So, or that did fall, it fell on deaf ears. So I woke up and I saw this tweet. Let me zoom in. So this is Scarlett going off on Chrissy. So Chrissy posted that she was going on Jack's show. And Scarlett had this melty. So she said, do you have the audacity to message me back? Have your fun. You aren't funny to me. I am not your joke, Chrissy. You betrayed me and threw me to the sharks and came back to get a piece. Disgusting. You and Nick, Anna, and Cecil, you're always grifting off of the heartbeat of another sick. Now, she clearly didn't watch the show. She probably just heard about it, or she's on drugs, or all of the above. Now, Chrissy didn't say shit about Scarlett. Chrissy was super nice. Chrissy was way too nice, in my opinion. Nick was pretty understanding, even Cecil. Now, this goes on. This goes on. It goes, laugh my ass off. I was in a psych ward on suicide watch, and all this bitch thinks about is continuing to make fun of me. Chrissy didn't make fun of her at all. Actually, none of us made fun of her at all. Nobody made fun of her. So it's like the perpetual victimhood. It just, I don't have the patience for it. Nina was right about Scarlett. Anyone with eyes and common sense could see what was going on. But see, this is the thing, like, just and I think I've been on stream with Scarlett twice, and I don't have patience for it. I'm sure when, before she went down this dark path, she was a fine person. I saw someone on a stream once say that she was like the valedictorian of her school, which is like, how do you go from that to this? But I mean, she made her life choices. I don't know how it all happened. The fact is that it happened, and this is where it's at now, which, it's pretty disappointing. But this right here, it's like she didn't watch it because Chrissy didn't make fun of Scarlett, not even once. Chrissy was way too lenient to Scarlett, in my opinion. But here, let's continue. Sick, betraying human beings. Be ashamed of your sick pettiness, fake comedian. Well, Chrissy is a real comedian. She, that's her career. She does stand up. She has an album. Just because she's taken some time off because she had a baby. If anything, Chrissy has stacked up some pretty goddamn good material. I can't wait until Chrissy goes and like starts making the rounds again with everything that's happened to her in the past couple years. Oh my God. She's got some great material coming our way, and I'm excited for it. Who wants a live stream to roast the horse? So she's again, Chrissy has been nothing but nice to Scarlett. So calling her a horse, like, whatever. We can start with her best friend, Matt Mead. I don't know who that is. LOL. Don't ask me why I loved and love Ralph. I'm going to say that that's drugs. Pettiness and hypocrisy. Oh my goodness, Russell, thank you for the Rumble rant. Nina clarified that she was just making an offhand comment to Scarlett. It just happened to hit home. Sort of like saying, smell you later or some bullshit. Listen, Nina was right on the money. And I don't think Nina meant it in a spiteful way. If anything, Nina, it's like that mom side of Nina coming out where it's like, honey, you just got to lay off the drugs. And after, like, you can be on stream with Scarlett for 30 seconds and see that that's the situation you're in. But thank you, Russell, for the Rumble rant. Pettiness and hypocrisy sickens me. He stood up to you, as have I. I love for life. Oh, you mean Ralph went off on Chrissy for no reason? Because that's what Ralph does, because he has to create drama to make money. All right. Too bad you just treated me the way you treated the other women on Wet Spot, Mrs. Mayor. Chrissy is like the nicest person ever. What has Chrissy done to any of these people? Like, I genuinely want to know. It's like, oh, she hasn't responded to your messages. Maybe it's because you've been insulting her in every possible way. Or maybe it's because Chrissy doesn't really respond on Twitter. You have to text her. But that's just someone who can get a hold of Chrissy, I guess, that doesn't insult her and doesn't go on rampages on the internet over streams you didn't watch. Let's see. You pimped us out, then disposed of us like trash. You mean Chrissy invited you on a show. You agreed to go on her show because you wanted clout and attention. And when you weren't a good fit for her show and she stopped inviting you back on, that makes her the bad guy. Like, Jesus Christ. This is, oh my God. I am wearing the Lee Labo another 13 and I have good sex. Okay. Nobody needs to know that. Ralph makes me laugh more than all you fake comedians. Sad you still scrape the barrel of us both for your fill. Jail has been kind to me, and if you weren't so uneducated or tried to give a fuck, as I am not the first adult film star put on suicide watch. See, this is just like that fake victimhood narrative kind of thing that I have no patience for. Like, you were put on whatever, you're like, you were put in the loony bin basically because you were on drugs and having a melty, and they just didn't want to deal with you, so they threw you in there. I watched some of the body cam footage. I could never be a cop. I don't have patience like that. And that's not Chrissy's fault. You put yourself in that situation. It's yours. Take accountability. You would have a friend still in me. I loved you too, Bish. It's not over. Shout out Killstream for being the first one to actually call out the fakeness and hypocrisy and sickness that wandered compound media and leached off of the souls that went there. Again, this is one of those situations where you weren't dragged there. You weren't, handcuffed, kicking and screaming and forced to be on the show, held at gunpoint. You went on, for your own reasons. Like this is just like a fake victim narrative. Like I have no sympathy for this. You weren't forced to go on these shows. You went on these shows willingly. And you didn't get what you wanted from it, so now you're playing the victimhood. This is literally just this reminds me of Amber Heard. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Everyone that went on, I'm going to say, I do not believe there was anyone that was forced to go on any of these shows. You don't have to go on these shows if you don't want to. They're not dragging you there, kicking and screaming. You willingly went on these shows and, you got your little 5 minutes of clout from it. You wanted to go back on, and Compound Media shut down because Anthony Cumia did something with, what's his face? That one guy that pulled his dick out on FNT. Yeah, he did something with him, so he shut down Compound Media. And, yeah. And then Chrissy, what? She stopped inviting you on Simcast? Okay. I think that this is very clearly a you problem, not a Chrissy problem. I don't think Chrissy has done anything wrong in this situation. Let's see. Like when a comedy podcast has you eating someone's butthole. From what I understand, that girl, that was a show that Cecil was on, and she wanted to do that because, I don't know, porn stars like attention and they want more fans. And she wanted Cecil to do it, and Cecil said no. But Chrissy didn't hold up a gun and say, you have to do this. They chose to do that kind of stuff. Again, this is like the taking accountability and being a grown-up, which apparently is too much to ask from crackheads on the internet. Like I am asking you, Chrissy, because you mentioned on stream where you acted confused that I told the truth. You love the attention from men when you brought on porn stars and became their friends so you can make sure, madam, that your friends are taken care of. Sick betrayal. Chrissy's not like that at all. Chrissy will be friends with it. This is the thing. Chrissy is so nice. She lets people walk all over her. Like, look at what happened recently with all that shit. Look, with the whole controversy with Chrissy and having Melanie Mack on, Chrissy was way too nice to stand up for herself and be like, well, Melanie just sat there. Cody raid. Oh, thanks, Camelot. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Everyone, hello. Thank you for being here. Let me grab a couple of these. Russell, thank you for the one. Nina Clarify. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Scarlett loves Ralph because he's the perfect size for some easy backdoor action, which she seems to enjoy. Allegedly, they've actually never seen her. I've never actually seen her do butt stuff. Russell Hall, thank you for the one. She sat on a bee. Oh no. Cam Raid. Thank you, Cody. Thank you. I believe this is on the YouTubes, correct? Is this on YouTubes or on Rumble? But hello to everyone. Hello, I'm talking about the insanity that's going on. I'll do a little recap. Basically, we talked about the Scarlett Hampton and Ralph situation on Jack's show. And it was me, Cecil, Nick Ricada, and Chrissy Mayer. And I think I was the only one that was critical about the situation and about Scarlett out of everyone. I was the only critical one. And apparently Scarlett didn't watch it and went off on Chrissy. So I'm just going through and making some clarifications. So we're talking about that right now. But thank you, Cody, for the raid over on the YouTubes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. She didn't like you got banned in Chrissy's chat. She didn't like the orange emoji. I think she was just getting spammed and Chrissy's got a lot of mods and they probably got tired of it. But no, that whole situation. See, this is how nice Chrissy is. Chrissy will not stand up for herself. Chrissy does not like confrontation. In that situation, what Chrissy should have done, which she didn't, and like this, again, everything that Scarlett is saying right here, I mean, just watch Chrissy in a tense situation and it proves everything wrong that Scarlett's accusing her of. Instead of, calling Melanie Mack out and, holding her accountable for all those things and like really addressing the super chats, Chrissy is the kind of person that doesn't want to upset anyone ever, and she won't do it. She's like almost incapable of doing it. Like and it's frustrating because it's like, Chrissy, like, defend yourself, and she's too scared of hurting other people's feelings to defend herself. And I've talked to her about it many times. It's just it's just one of those situations where, that's just who she is as a human, and because of it all this other stuff happened. And I mean, even the stuff that happened of her getting kicked off FNT, like that was just, I mean, from my opinion watching it, it seemed like, there was already issues there, and that was the excuse that was given to her. And one of the things that she said that like Gary said to her was about, bringing drama to his shows. And I told her, I was like, well, you didn't bring drama to their show. Like Ryan literally, do you guys remember back in the day, Ryan literally called out Doomcock on FNT, and that's what caused the rift between Gary and Doomcock, and they stopped doing their show together and they don't do streams together anymore. And that was Ryan like specifically calling out Doomcock on FNT. Like that's literally bringing drama to the channel. And it's like, did Gary kick off Ryan? No. But Chrissy did a stream with someone that works for someone that was flagging channels, and Chrissy just doesn't do well in, those type of situations, and she didn't handle the situation the way everybody wanted her to, which I get it. We're all and I said this originally, we're all YouTubers, like at least, the ones that have been on the internet long enough. And, when push comes to shove, if somebody's shoving you, you better be able to shove back. And Chrissy just didn't. And, I mean, I think it probably hurt her in the long run. But, like I said, she's going to have a lot of good material for her next, comedy routine. I hope she, now that her son's a little bit older and, he can walk and talk now. Hopefully she can get back into the routine and she can go on tour again. She's going to have so much freaking material. So that it's going to be great. But overall, like the whole oranges thing, I just think Chrissy was overwhelmed. She didn't know what to say in the heat of the moment, and it bit her in the ass. And that's just one of those things where it's like, we're not always going to be perfect 100% of the time. We're not always going to know how to respond 100% of the time. And Chrissy is just not somebody that does confrontation well, and she doesn't know how to defend herself or stand up for herself very well. And I mean, we've had these conversations about it, and she's told me about, her personal life and what that was like when like she's the youngest child and growing up in a, the family dynamic that she had. I get it. Some people are just not good in confrontation, and Chrissy isn't, and she was put on the spot live on air. I get it. Unfortunately, the internet doesn't. And, that's the situation that she's in. But you want to go and accuse Chrissy of using people? It's like, what are you talking about? You are using Chrissy for her platform. You wanted to go on a comedy show, or you wanted to go on this live stream. You wanted to go back on this live stream. And Chrissy is at some point trying to run a show. And, if you are high off your ass talking mumbo jumbo to the point where everybody else has to just sit there and listen and is being held hostage to your psychotic ramblings, that doesn't make a good show. So you're not going to get invited back on. I have been on shows that I'm not good on. I've said this many times. I love watching EFAP. I haven't watched it in a long time, but that's because I never get notifications for it anymore because YouTube is retarded. But I'm terrible on EFAP. I'm not a good guest on EFAP. I think there was like one moment where I was pretty good, but because they stream through Discord, I'm not autistic and I don't know how to freaking use Discord. I'm like, this is an autist wet dream. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm not. I get it. I understand why, certain people that have certain mind chemistries like it. I just don't. And it's just, it drives me crazy. I can't use Discord. I'm not a Discord person. But like my mic was always delayed. Or they couldn't hear me when I was talking. And I'm so used to listening to the show that when the couple times I was on the show, I'm in the listening mode. And I'm just like, some people you get along great on certain shows. And then other times you're on shows with them and you're like, we're just not vibing the right way. So I haven't been on EVAP in years. I don't have anything against Mahler or any of that because I haven't been invited back on. I get it. I'm not good on that show. That's not my, I much prefer watching the show than being on the show. In my personal opinion of the situation. Oh no. My husband has my daughter outside and I think she wanted to come in here. Oh, you know what? It's almost her bedtime. He's probably they're probably out letting the dogs out. And she heard mommy. Oh my baby. It's so hard. It's okay. It's okay. One night a week. LL, you spelled it wrong too. What did I spell wrong? Anyways, whatever. I'm dyslexic. I spell everything wrong. All right, but anyway, so yeah, there's shows that sometimes you just don't vibe on. There's some people that you would think, you get along on one show and then you go on another show and the dynamic is different and you just don't vibe. Like and that's why you see a lot of the same people streaming together doing, the same kind of show or the same kind of content. And that's because you find out who vibes well together and it's like, wow, we can put on a good show. And so, you do that. And sometimes you got to just find out the hard way. And so, that's what happens. And so Chrissy was nice enough to, after the first time you were on your insane psychotic ramblings of, a drug-addled young lady, and she had you back multiple times. And anytime you watch that, it always is like her on her psychotic drug-induced ramblings and everyone there is just being polite and being held hostage. It's so sad, but that unfortunately is that's what happens when you fry your mind out with coke and whatever else she's on. And this isn't me trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be realistic and just tell it like it is. If you're offended by that, I don't know, grow thicker skin or stay off the internet. I don't know what else to tell you. But you want to blame Chrissy? I think you should take a hard look in the mirror before you go off on Chrissy about that kind of stuff. But you want to say Chrissy wanted attention from men? Chrissy has a husband, and before that she was with Frank for a long time. Chrissy does not. If you spend any time with Chrissy in real life, which I know you do, Chrissy is not that kind of person. I would say that the person that, found a career doing porn is more so that type of person. Okay, let's finish this. We're almost done. There's your shout out. Respect to you, Chrissy Mayer. I am alive and you can still griff off me and make a bit more money betraying a friend when they are dealing with a traumatic experience. An award on 72-hour hold on suicide watch. That's not okay. First off, Chrissy wasn't grifting. Chrissy was on my channel. And you don't make us very much money. Like right now, I think I've made like what, $5 off of talking about this topic, and I could talk about something else and make a lot more money. If anything, this is just this is not profitable. You know, it's not profitable. Chrissy wasn't grifting off of you. Chrissy was on my show, and it was one of the topics that I decided we were going to talk about because it was all over my goddamn feed. And on Jack's show, we talk about pop culture and current events. And unfortunately, sweetheart, you were a current event of the week. And you decided to go after Chrissy. So I'm correcting the record. Because guess what? You're going off on Chrissy off of something that you did not watch because Chrissy was way too nice about the situation that you were in. The only one that was critical in any way, shape, or form was me. And I have my reasons for doing so because I can't stand druggies that lie. I can't, which is pretty much all of them. I've dealt with it in real life. I have zero patience for it. I think, for someone that used to be a valedictorian of their high school, you're way too smart to do stupid shit like this. You're way too smart to do something this fucking stupid and then go and blame it on other people. You need to grow up. You want to say that you were on suicide watch? No. They put you in a psych ward because you were acting fucking psychotic because you're on drugs from getting into a fight with a psycho. Like, oh my God, like all of this could be avoided. You want to know the big thing? The big two things? Stay off drugs and stay away from Ethan Ralph. Problem fucking solved. Problem solved. You want to go and praise Killstream for telling it like it is? Wait, hold on. Let's look at this. You want to yell at Chrissy for grifting while shouting out the Killstream? All the Killstream does is grift off of other people for drama. That's all they do. Chrissy was on my show, and she was way too fucking nice to you. You walked all over Chrissy and her kindness. You held her and her guests hostage every single time you were on stream with her. You went on your drunk or high or both meanderings for hours, and people just had to sit there and listen to you. You experienced one person giving you a little bit pushback in real life, and you had a fucking meltdown over Lauren telling you to talk into the mic, and you had a fucking meltdown over it. Like, dear fucking God. Again, I don't know where your parents are, but they should have told you to grow up. Like, they should have given you some hard love. And I don't know what the situation is there, but I mean, you just get off the drugs. And if it's alcohol, get off the alcohol. Stay away from psychos on the internet like Ethan Ralph. And go and get your shit together. For someone that's as smart as you supposedly were, it shouldn't be that difficult, okay? And all of us are rooting for you. All of us want you to do better in life, okay? All of us want you to get your shit together, get the fuck away from Ethan Ralph, get off the goddamn drugs, and put your life back together. You're still young. You can still do it. It's just going to take some work, okay? But at the end of the day, we're all rooting for you. Nobody wants you to, do this, which I'm highlighting because I can't say it on goddamn YouTube. And I'll probably get flagged for already reading this, but since it's up on the screen, hopefully YouTube AI bots understand that I'm just reading something. But, I mean, I don't know, just get your goddamn life together. This is embarrassing. Remember your Dakota Sky stream before you laugh and tell me an actual joke here, comedian. I don't know what this is in reference to, but all I know is that this insanity is completely misplaced because Chrissy didn't say anything mean about Scarlett. Chrissy was way too understanding and way too nice and gave Scarlett way too much grace. So did Nick. So did Cecil, in my opinion. Again, I was the only one that was critical of this. I think Cecil, somebody commented, where is it? Is this it? Yeah, so Cecil even commented and then, was like, we said nothing bad. Basically, I'm the only one that was critical. You guys can go back and watch the Jack show and go see for yourself. I was the only one that was critical of her in that situation. And that's because, and I've said this many times, I don't have patience. for that shit. I've dealt with it in real life. And like I already had to tell Chrissy, like back before when she was bringing this girl on the show, after the first time I was held hostage on that stream, and I'm like, I'm not going to say anything because this is not my show. It's not my place to chastise Chrissy's guests. And I just was like, I have no desire to ever be on stream with this person again. I don't do well with people like this. I have no patience for people like that. I've had to deal with, people with these kind of issues in my real life, and I'm not doing it when it's, my time online. So I just wanted to talk about this drama and make some clarifications because in my opinion, Chrissy was getting wrongfully attacked. And so I just wanted to talk about it and clarify the situation there. Why did it do that? Rumble is so weird. Russell, thank you for 2 Rumble rants in a row. The chat will allow you to go say goodnight to your daughter if you'll leave us with a video of you twirling in the thong on loop. No. No, you know what? I don't know why she's always in bed already. I put her down for her nap, and then when I started the stream, she was having her dinner. But tonight's the only night where, it's not me putting her down. She likes it better when daddy puts her down. I'm like, ugh. I get her up in the morning and do the whole morning routine, and she likes daddy putting her down at night. And I'm just like, my baby, you're supposed to like mommy. I think I get too cuddly with her, and she's like, I want my space. I want my space, mom. But in the morning, she's like, give me kisses, give me cuddles, hold me. And at night, she's like, just give me my bottle and put me down. I think it's because when she was like a baby, like I just cuddled her and gave her too much kisses. So she won't cuddle with me. It makes me so sad. I'm like, just cuddle with me. Russell, thank you for the 1 on Rumble. I think Scarlett's had plenty of hard. Oh my God. Thank you, Russell. Thank you for the Rumble rant. Okay, let me see. Stan Loves Ham. Thank you for the $10 over on YouTube. I just watched a guy drink milk, eggs, and alcohol, not mixed. Oh my God, was that Camelot? Did he do like his fight milk? Ugh, disgusting. Disgusting. The Devil's Raspberry. Thank you for the 2. Chrissy/Mel aren't obligated to fight others' battles. Yeah, no, I agree. I just think I already talked about this before when I talked about the whole situation. I think and I absolutely adore Melanie. Do I think she's in the right in that whole situation? No, I don't. I think the plain ignorant and saying everyone that's critical of someone is a troll, I think that that's pretty fucked up and insulting your audience. But no, I said this before. There was a situation. It was Chrissy was having her 100th episode of Simcast. So Chrissy's 100th episode of Simcast, I don't know if you guys watched it. It was an absolute shit show because she had some porn star on that I guess. Now, I didn't know who this person was, so and I was just on that stream and I was just sitting there like sipping. I didn't know who any of these people were. I didn't know who Ann Coulter was. Everybody's making this big deal about this lady named Ann Coulter. And I'm like, she's just some old blonde lady. What's the big deal of her? And then I was in an antique store and I saw a Barbie doll of her. And then I was rewatching Gilmore Girls for like the 100th time, and like the grandpa like mentions Ann Coulter, and I'm like, oh, I guess this lady's a big deal. But I had no idea who she was, at least like when I was on the show with her. So Chrissy had all these big guests on, and one of the ones I believe she had on this the Brandy Love or Courtney Love. I don't know, not Courtney Love. That's it's a woman with the last name Love, I think of obviously Courtney, but that's not who it is. That would have been a crazy show. I know who that is. I'd be like, hey. So how let's talk a little bit about you and Kurt. What was going on there, But so Chrissy had this porn star. She was having this porn star named Brandy Love on the show, and she had announced this big guest lineup before, and she was nice enough to have me on, and knowing that I don't know who the fuck any of these people were, but I followed Melanie for a long time, and she posts stuff on her Instagram all the time, like especially on her stories, and it was all of these people saying, "Oh my God, you're going to be on with that porn star. You're going to call her out." And basically, Melanie having back and forths where she takes screenshots of people's DMs. And if I would have known that it was going to be this shit show, I would have taken screenshots of those to show you guys what I'm talking about. But I basically saw days in advance on Instagram, basically Melanie, you know, telling her audience on Instagram basically how she was ready to, in a way, confront this lady. And that's why if you go back and you go and watch Simcast 100, Melanie already has basically like a script and like scripture on what to say, and like everything was already planned. And in my opinion, that's pretty shitty because, one, it's not your channel. You might have a problem with this woman, but Melanie's been on streams with on Simcast with girls that have been porn stars before and hasn't confronted them like that. Alex Stein definitely went in hot going off on Brandy, and it was a shit show. And Alex takes all the heat for it, which I mean he was screaming at a guest on somebody else's show. But I didn't like the fact that, you know, basically Melanie had already planned on confronting this woman on Chrissy's show. And it's like, well, we're not here to confront people. It's not a gotcha stream. It's a, you know, it's a celebration, 100th episode or 100th episode celebration. We're not going to go and attack somebody else's guests on somebody else's channel. So in my opinion, that was pretty shitty. Like Chrissy has had people on her show that I couldn't stand, and I just did my best to ignore them. There's one person in particular that Chrissy has had on, and pretty much every time this person has been on, I have been on, and I can't stand this person. I do not vibe with this person, and I've met this person in real life. I cannot stand him. I cannot stand him. But it's not my show. It's not my stream. I'm not going to go to somebody else's house and cause a scene at somebody else's house. Now, if somebody confronts me and I'm put in that situation, I'll defend myself. But, you know, I don't think that that's right. And I adore Melanie, but she did that. So did Alex. I think that was shitty of both of them. I think, you know, having basically scripture planned out and having a script ready to insult someone else's guest when you are also a guest on that show because you wanted a gotcha for your audience. I think that that's fucking shitty, right? And Alex was just as shitty going off on her, but Alex does what Alex does, and I think that was, you know, kind of shitty of both of them to put her in that situation when it's supposed to be a celebration stream, not a gotcha stream. But that is what it is. And then when the whole thing happened with the quartering and, you know, Chrissy got put in that situation, and instead of Melanie addressing it, you know, got thrown onto Chrissy. And yeah, Chrissy should have handled it better. But she didn't. And now she's in the situation that she's in. But like I said, this is just going to give her great material for her next comedy tour when she starts doing stand-up again. And now that her son is a little bit older, you know, she can, you know, go and travel more and do stuff. So, you know, you're saying Venti? No, it's not Venti. It's a man. I'll say that. It's not a girl. It's a man. I think the only girl that I just didn't vibe with was Scarlett. And I don't think she knew that I didn't vibe with her because I didn't say anything. I just told Chrissy I don't have patience for drug addicts and I can't be around them. So, you know, but the person that I've been on way too many times with on Simcast, and I've met this guy in person. I don't get his appeal, but, yeah, no, and I don't think anyone here even noticed. Nobody here noticed. So, yeah. You know, you just need to know how to deal with it. And it's like, I'll never have that. Like, you might like that person. You might invite them to your house. I will never invite them to my house. And that's just the situation. You're saying the melting snowman? No, I had no problem with Az. For whatever reason, had a problem with me. he was hitting me up in DMs to commission me for a painting. We were discussing it. And in the middle of discussing it, I went to go message him back and I found that I was blocked. And so I went to his page and like I clicked on his like profile and again, I should have screenshotted all of this, but this happened within like a minute. So take that in mind. And I clicked on his profile and I wasn't blocked anymore, but we weren't following each other. And so I followed him back. And then during like the couple seconds of me following him back and it refreshed, I was blocked again and then unblocked. So I caught as in the moment blocking and unblocking me. And this is back before Elon owned Twitter. So this is like what we called soft blocking. So it's when you block someone and quickly unblock them. So that way it makes you guys unfollow each other. And I thought that was weird. But yeah, and he's never talked to me since. And he's been pretty confrontational. And Alex Stein noticed it. I went on somebody's stream and he was there and I don't think he knew I was going to be there. And I think I was kind of amused in the situation, but it was very passive aggressive. And then Alex Stein that week later, he was on the Jack show and he was like, what was that struggle session? And I started laughing. I was like, oh, you noticed? And he's like, how could I not? But so yeah, Az doesn't like me. I don't know what I did to him. I don't think I ever said anything bad about him. We had no problems on stream. He was literally commissioning me to do a painting for him. And in the middle of it, he blocks me, unblocks me, and then never speaks to me again. And I've been on 2 streams with him since. One was Critical Drinkers, and then the other one was Kara's Cancelversary. And extremely passive aggressive. I don't know what I did to him, but whatever I did, I mean, maybe it's because he doesn't like Ethan, but I don't know. Never said anything to him. Never did anything to him. He just, whatever his problem is, he'll be the only one that ever knows that. And yeah. And I've never been invited back on Critical Drinkers after that. And I've never been invited on Kara's back after that, which, you know what? That's fine. It is what it is. I wish them nothing but the best. And I even wish Az nothing but the best. I was happy for him when he was losing weight. I don't know what I did to offend him. But at the end of the day, I don't really have energy to care at this point. It's been years. And, I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he's doing well. It's unfortunate. I wish that any issue that he had, he could have just talked to me about it. But he chose not to. I don't know what I did. But at this point, I kind of don't really care. I got other things going on, and it is what it is at this point. I don't really have the time, energy, and effort to worry about it that much. And if it was really that big of a deal, instead of soft blocking me and then being, a jerk in on live streams, I think he could have just talked to me. But that's just my opinion on the situation. But no, the person I was referencing that I've been stuck on Simcast with a couple times was not Az. No. But I'm not going to say who it is. But anyways, that's that is pretty much all the situation when I'm going to be talking about the drama. So now I can take these glasses off and we can talk about Spider-Man. Oh my God, my eyes, the adjustment for my eyes from that. It's ha 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 ha. Okay, let's bring this up. Okay, why does it do that? I want it on this screen. I don't want it on the other one. Okay, so I watched Spider-Man. So now we're over everything else. Let me make sure if I have any super chats. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, no, I got all the super chats. Let me check Rumble because we're moving on to other topics. Don't want to talk about drama anymore. Alex Stein making moves on AOC. I know, I saw that. Oh, I'm so excited for him. That was the first thing I thought of. Was the person Cecil? No. the Gary versus EVS riff. I don't know why I would be pulled into that. I haven't gotten involved in any of that. And no, Gary has seen me in person. I asked Gary, when I met Gary in person, in real life, the first thing I went up to him and said was like, do you hate me because of Ethan? And I was like, and he's like, no. And there was other people there. It was at the Star Wars bar in LA. I had just seen the Star Wars like striptease burlesque show. And I asked Gary straight up, there was other people there. I don't know who they were, but there was like a whole table full of people. And I went right up to him and I said, Gary, I was like, do you hate me? And he's like, no, I don't hate you. And I was like, okay. I was like, just, Ethan's going to do what Ethan's going to do. I don't think other people should be judged based off of other people's actions. But no. Gary is nothing but nice to me in person. And we've been on streams together since, and he's been nothing but nice to me. I just get it. If you have friends that don't like each other, you're not going to, make your closer friends get into an uncomfortable situation, So I don't have anything against that. But anyways, let's talk about Spider-Man. Let's get off of this topic. We're going to talk about Spider-Man. So I watched the new Spider-Man movie. I have said this many times. I'm not a Spider-Man person. I know there's Spider-Man people that love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is their favoriteest character ever, favoriteest superhero. I get it. My stepdaughter, she's absolutely obsessed with Spider-Man. When I was a kid, I kind of liked Spider-Man because he was like older than me. So in a way, even though he was a teenager, he was like a grown-up. Now that I am a grown-up, I'm just like, why? I don't want to take like, if I have to call a superhero to come and save me, it's not going to be the teenager. And I've said this many times. I am much more of a DC person than I am a Marvel person. The thing that I like most in Marvel is the X-Men. I absolutely love the X-Men. All the other characters, I'm kind of like, eh. But I was a kid when the like Iron Man came out, and I remember like it was such a big deal and it was like such a part of like our culture that like it got me excited about it. But I've always been like, if I got to choose, it's Batman and Superman. Like my chair that I customized that I can't sit anymore because it doesn't give me good like, I don't know, sciatic support because I'm pregnant. But I still have it in the background. My Spider-Man, or not my Spider-Man chair, my Batman chair. Like out of all the characters I chose to customize that chair out, if I could have picked any of them, and I chose Batman. Because Batman is my favorite. But I went and saw, oh my goodness, thank you. Oh my God, Comment Crazy Lingo. Thank you for the $10 over on Rumble for the diaper fund. Thank you. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes. Donating to the channel, donates to the diaper fund. I appreciate it. We're still trying to potty train my daughter. Trips have just thrown that whole thing off. We started potty training her at the beginning of the summer. We were making good headway. And then we went to Idaho, and we obviously had to use diapers for that. And it just threw off our schedule. We're just traveling too much. We're just traveling too much. So the potty training it's going. It's going. She still hasn't quite grasped it. I think it's because she's still trying. It's like when babies are trying to learn a skill, if they're trying to learn two at the same time, they'll usually put one on hold to learn the other. So first it was like between walking and talking. She can say a few words, but she wanted to walk. So she put the talking on hold so that way she could walk. Now she talks a little bit. And it's like she understands like everything that you say to her. She pretty much understands. You can see it in her eyes. She understands you. But now it's like, well, we're trying to do the talking and the potty training. So we're like, which one is she going to go towards? Like someday she'll like totally get the potty. She's got a little potty in our bathroom, and it's got like a little handle. It makes the flushing noise and everything. And so it's like, whenever I go to the bathroom, whenever I go potty, I have to take her in. It's like, see, this is how mommy goes potty. This is how you go potty. Because, obviously she's a girl. And so it's like, we're trying. Anyways, I know a complete tangent, but we're trying to do the potty training thing, but I think she wants to talk. So I think that's why she's fighting us on the potty thing. So we'll get it figured out. But anyways, let's see. Use Disney Star Wars as a target for the toilet. No kidding. No freaking kidding. Okay. But anyways, when it comes to superheroes, I never I don't know. I mean, I remember the Tobey Maguire movies came out when I was a little kid, and that was cool. And I had the toys and I liked them, but he was never as cool as like Batman or Superman. Like Superman, like when you watch the Christopher Reeve movie when you're a kid and like Superman shows up, that's awesome. I never really had that moment with Spider-Man. I guess it just didn't resonate with me the way it resonated with a lot of other people. So I've never, I mean, I don't have anything against Spider-Man, but he's just not my favorite. Okay. He's not my favorite. So I didn't watch the Spider-Man movie that had Mysterio in it, which I probably should have because I really like Jake Gyllenhaal, but I didn't watch it. I watched the last one, what was this one called? No Way Home? Or was this last one called No Way Home? The one with the 3 Spider-Man movies in it, or the 3 Spider-Man. I watched that one. It was excited seeing Toby. I didn't really, I mean, I know I've watched the Andrew Garfield ones, but they're those movies. It's like, I know I have physically been in the room and they have been on. The first one, I don't know. I barely remember. The girlfriend's dad dies at the end of the movie. Spoiler. He just never came off as Peter Parker to me. Yeah, No Way Home. Okay, so that's the one with all 3 of them. I just watched the last one. I don't remember what it's called. But I watched this last one, and I got to tell you, I was not excited about it. I was not looking forward to it. I only did it because you guys were like, Anna, we want you to talk about Spider-Man. And I watched it, and I actually pleasantly enjoyed it. I thought that it was charming. I thought it was a little slow in the beginning. But remember when I said about Marvel, my favorite aspect of Marvel is the X-Men. Guess who is in this movie? Jean Grey. Guess what Jean Grey is in X-Men. Now, Jean Grey is probably my least favorite out of all the X-Men. I don't like Jean Grey. I've never liked Jean Grey. Maybe it's just because I'm like, gingers will steal your soul, stay away from me, and the fact that this woman will take over your mind. She's like the ultimate evil ginger that somehow is on the protagonist side. But the dynamic between Magneto and Xavier, I absolutely love that. Wolverine, obviously, I've always loved the X-Men. So, and even though Jean Grey is probably my least favorite X-Men, the fact that she was in this, I'm like, oh my gosh, that got me excited. I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know, we're bringing in the X-Men. And now I haven't watched the Punisher show. So this is my first time seeing John Bernthal as the Punisher. And again, it's because I'm not the biggest Punisher fan because the premise of the character, it's really depressing. And I don't like being sad. And I'm just like, it's not really an upbeat character for me. Like Batman's parents getting murdered in front of him when he's a child, like that's depressing. But you know, all of us are going to lose our parents at one point in our life, which is again really depressing. But it's like, is Batman still, you know, there's that hope there that he also can have a family one day. But this dude, like, your entire family just fucking dies, and you know, you become this cynical superhero in a way. That's just really depressing, you know? So it's not like, oh, he's this upbeat character. And I'm one of those people. There's 2 things I don't like. I don't like being scared, and I don't like being depressed. So I don't watch sad movies, and I don't watch scary movies. Because I'm a bitch and I'll have nightmares if I watch a scary movie. Which, by the way, if you guys are members on my Rumble channel, once fall starts, I'm actually going to start doing horror night watch parties. I have never seen any of the Jason movies. I've never seen any of the Freddy Krueger movies. I've never seen any of the Hellraiser movies except the scenes with Henry Cavill. I'm going to watch them all with you guys because I'm going to fucking torture myself, and you guys are going to see me scream like a bitch. So the only way to do that is if you guys are on Rumble, make sure you either have Rumble Premium or you're a member of my Rumble channel, and I'm going to be doing that. So I think every week or maybe twice a week we'll see. I'll go through and we'll watch all of the Friday the 13th movies. We'll watch all the Nightmare on Elm Street Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that's the Freddy Krueger ones, right? We'll watch all of those movies. I'll watch all the Child's Play movies. Jeepers Creepers, you guys will watch me and I'll actually scream. You guys will see me like freak the fuck out. So make sure that you guys are members on my Rumble channel. I apologize, I can't do it on YouTube because YouTube sucks and they won't allow me to do that kind of stuff on YouTube, but Rumble will, but it will only be members only. So make sure that you guys are either have Rumble Premium or you're a member of my Rumble channel to be a part of that. But trust me, if you guys like watching me lose my mind playing video games, you'll very much enjoy me crying like a bitch watching some scary movies. Russell, thank you for the one. How about topless horror nights? No. Not happening, Russell, but thank you for the Rumble rant. Let's see. Okay. Back to Spider-Man after that little ad that I like to insert there. Okay, so this Spider-Man movie. Oh, Comic Crazy Lingo, thank you for the Rumble rant. Speaking of the Rumblers, what's this call-in feature you might want to do? Oh, there's like this little phone button on here, and you can do like call-ins. Yeah, it says start talking to callers, allow the audience or anyone with a link can call into your stream and I guess leave a comment. Here, actually, I can't do it on, let's see. Okay, I have to set this on YouTube. It won't do it on whatchamacallit. It won't do it on Rumble, but on YouTube you have a goal. So I set a super chat goal, and so it's I accidentally set it too high, but it basically is if I get it's I never leave voice messages. Well, this is like you call in, so it's like you kind of have like a link to the show kind of thing. But it's I don't know, it's like a call-in feature. So if you call in, you can ask me one question and I have to answer it. Okay? So if we meet that goal, I can do it. Okay. Out of 30. I know I wasn't trying to do 30. I don't know how to switch it. How do I change it? Here, actually, let me I know. I wasn't trying to. Can I damn it. Can I change it? How do I change it? Okay, can I end it? Okay. Oh, damn it. All right, well, it already went. Fuck. Mexican Iron Man screwed you guys over. But thank you, Mexican Iron Man, for the diaper fund. Thank you. It's a 10. Yeah, I said 1 out of 30. So if 30 people send me... Yeah, well, I mean, you know what? That is kind of fair because it's $10 super chats or higher. And that's about $300 for me to put myself in a very uncomfortable situation to where you guys can ask me a question and you guys get to ask me whatever you want and I have to answer it. So there you go. Mexican Iron Man started it off. Strange Bubble Boy, thank you for the 2. Bought a pet skunk today. What should I name him? Flower from Bambi. All right. So if you guys want to torture me, there you go. That's how you do it. Remove it and add another. If I do that, then it takes away the one from Mexican Iron Man. So, I mean, if you guys really want me to, I can, but I think that that's fair to put myself in a very uncomfortable situation. I think me and Cecil are, well, I mean, Cecil can't do it because he's only on Rumble, but I think that would be a fun, I might start doing it when I host Jack's show for everyone that's on, whatchamacallit, everyone that's on YouTube will do the goal, and then everyone that does it, if we get if we meet the goal, then we can do a call and you guys get to ask us anything, and we'll put like a 10-minute timer on it, something like that. But yeah, no. Oh yeah, Pepe Le Pew. There you go. Pepe Le Pew, or Flower from Bambi. That'd be sweet. But anyways, back to Spider-Man. So Spider-Man, that's whatever Spider-Man does. Okay, Spider-Man. I liked it. I thought that it was slow starting off, but I think the only real issue, because I've had time to contemplate it, I think the issue with it was like that the bad guy wasn't really a bad guy. And so basically the premise of it is that Spider-Man, or Peter Parker, he's working with the cops, and he's on like a first name basis with like she doesn't know he's Peter Parker, but he's like always on the phone with the main cop lady. And oh, by the way, everyone is black. People are going to say racism, but I'm just like, no, it's like every person in a position of power that's not a superhero is black. So the head, like basically the Commissioner Gordon person, is a black woman who's like 4'11", because Tom Holland is a short guy, and she comes up to like his chest, and I'm like, how fucking short is this chick? So she's tiny. He looks like a giant compared to her. But so she's black. The one person that he has like this conversation with is actually, you find out later, is being possessed by Jean Grey, is black. The main bad guy is black. So it's like all the like main people that are in authoritative positions, they're all black. Okay? And so like that sticks out like a sore thumb. And like she was like more of like a motherly, like I feel like she was trying to be like an Aunt May type character, which, you know what, if this was back in like the 90s or the 2000s, it wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb. But now, because I know that they're just doing it for DI reasons, it sticks out like a sore thumb, which is very bothersome. But the bad guys are like the tech people that he's working with, and what they are doing is that we're assuming that they're not just collecting mind control or like, telekinesis type of mutants, or, basically the psychic type of mutants. Jean Grey is the villain. No, she's not. Jean is not the villain. She's the anti-hero. So Peter is the protagonist. Punisher is like his best friend's sidekick, believe it or not, in the movie. Random black guy is the actual bad guy and is the actual antagonist. Jean Grey is the anti-hero in the movie. And so Jean Grey, we find out, so the first half of the movie is Peter, and it just shows you his life and how he's it's like a montage of him catching all the black guys, or not all the black guys, all the bad guys, and turning them into the black guy. And then oh my God. Thank you for the super chat, Strange Bubble Guy. He says, Flower is great. My sister suggested stinky or smelly. No, it's the irony of it. Didn't you ever watch Bambi? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat over on Rumble. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It says from Valencian 1776. I know this is super late, but in regards to the calendar orders, is your email thatstarwarsgirl@gmail.com? I live in the middle of nowhere now. My email didn't seem to be getting through. Well, all of my calendars were sent out. So if you moved, I had some that were returned to me because it said like, return to sender on it. That could have been yours. Yes, that is my email. I don't have access to Indiegogo now. Well, actually, I haven't checked that campaign because that campaign I completed. If you bought a calendar from me and you didn't get it, I shipped everything out. So if you didn't get it and you still want it, I mean, I could always I can go and look through all of my calendars to see if I had sent it to you and it got returned to me, which I got at least 10 returned to me. I think I still have them all in my car. Juju, thank you for the raid, my dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, everyone over from Juju. Yes, Cecil is fat. He is. Also, tell that fag happy birthday. But yeah, Valencian, email me. It's thatstarwarsgirl@gmail.com. Let me know if you still want it. I can resend it to you. And also, I can go look and see if you were one of the ones that was returned to me. Thank you so much for the $50 Rumble rant. That was very, very kind of you. I appreciate it. Yeah, email me. It's thatstarwarsgirl@gmail.com. But everything for my last calendar, everything was shipped out. If you didn't get it, again, I have to go count them, but I have some in my car that I kept in there because they were returns. There was a bunch where it was like returned to sender or unable to deliver, or the person didn't pick it up because it was to a P.O. box. If you are out of the country, I have no way of knowing. Most of those, I don't think any international ones have gotten returned to me. Usually they get stopped in customs and destroyed. So if you had a problem with the calendars, I mean, they were all shipped out. I shipped out everything. So if you didn't get it, send me an email. It's at thatstarwarsgirl@gmail.com, and I will get to you as soon as possible. But again, I apologize if there was any inconvenience there. Thank you again for the $50 Rumble rant. I appreciate that. That is a pack of diapers. Because diapers aren't cheap. Common Crazy Lingo, thank you for the one. Speaking of Rumble, what's the Colin? Oh, I read that one already. Russell, thank you for the one. How about the braless Horror Nights in a thin shirt? Also, the room is cold. Russell, I rarely ever wear a bra. So almost every stream I'm on, it's braless. It's not that big a deal. Kate of the Swiss, thank you for the two. Juju found a midget movie for Jack. Oh my God, really? Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so ready for a midget movie. Oh, me and Cecil are so behind. I think we owe you guys 2 or 3 movie nights. Oh, I'm excited if there's actually one. Starseer, thank you for the 10 on YouTube. I think the movie would have been better if Emma Frost was the anti-hero. They made her evil with her actions. She hurt people a lot in this film who had nothing to do with her sister. Okay, so let's get into that. So yeah, well, that's why I say anti-hero, because they can be a little bit ambiguous, and she's obviously a teenager who is in a shitty situation. So basically the premise of it, the beginning half is just Peter, and it's what his life is like now, him catching bad guys, him working with the cops and working with I forgot the tech people that create all the gadgets and stuff that fight the bad guys, which at the end of the day they actually are the bad guys. And so it's just him in his life, and him dealing with the fact that he's in love with Zendaya and she doesn't remember him, and him missing his friends, and him not having a life out of being Spider-Man. And then he finds out that Scorpion, and he encounters people that are being mind controlled. And we find out later that it's Jean Grey, and she can jump from one mind to the other, and she's controlling him. So he's trying to find out who it is that's basically the puppet master. And then she gets into his mind for a second, but he can push her out. And also they made it this big deal in all of the trailers of him transforming his spider senses, and him trying to put a damper on that. So half the movie he's trying to make a little computer chip to go on him to suppress the Spider-Man thing, because he's evolving. And spoiler alert, at the end of the movie you find out that he needs it to defeat her. So he needs to stop suppressing his instincts, basically. And she's threatens to hurt Zendaya, so he saves her, and then he has to go take her to the Punisher to him protect her. And then he talks to the Hulk about the Hulk has some kind of suppression bracelet so he doesn't become Hulk anymore. And I'm like, didn't they do the whole Professor Hulk thing where he's just always Hulk and he's just normal? What happened with that? I don't know. They threw that out because they needed him to be Hulk. And that's pretty much the first half of the movie, and he reunites with Zendaya, and she still doesn't know who he is. And then Punisher's calling him out for all of that and everything. And then he makes headway. He sees Jean Grey's face. He looks into her. He finds out a little bit of her past. And then basically the second half of the movie is finding out everything from Jean Grey's situation. And basically her sister, is same kind of mutant as her. Her sister got taken. And so the reason why she's controlling all these bad guys and she's doing all these things is so that way she can infiltrate the tech people's facility so she can save her sister. And her sister sent her the reason why she knows that they have her is because her sister sent her like a telepathic message saying like this is where I am, basically. So it's Jean Grey trying to save her sister. And so that's why I said she's not a bad guy, she's an anti-hero. And I mean, we already know she's going to become Dark Phoenix in the future. So we already know she's got a little bit of a bad side. Plus, she's a fucking ginger. What do you expect? They don't have souls. She's got no fucking soul. So yeah, she's going to control people and kill them and do all this shit. But yeah, in this movie, if you go based on literature archetypes, she's the anti-hero. She's not actually the bad guy. The bad guy is the tech people. Oh my gosh, Grizzy, thank you for the raid, my dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, wow. Juju and Grizzy raid. Thank you. You guys are awesome. We're talking about Spider-Man. Minor Zircon, thank you for the Rumble rant, and that was about the Jack Show movie night. Monty P, thank you for the 10. A body horror movie about Spider-Man's transformation into Man-Spider would have been a much more interesting. It actually probably would have, but I don't know, that would have been a little dark. That might have gotten me a little queasy. Nicki Minaj's fat bum. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. What up, Anna? Do you have any questions for me? No, not really, but thank you. Comic Crazy Lingo. Thank you for the $13.99. K Pow. Twip. Well, thank you. So we have 3 towards the 30 goal. So guys, if we get 30 $10 super chats or more, I will open myself up to hell, which it'll probably be, because I will do the call-in show. On Rumble, it has a call-in feature. Now, I will do that for 10 minutes. I will set a timer. I will allow people to call in, and you guys get to ask me one question, but it can be any question you want, and I have to answer it. So we'll do the call-in feature over on Rumble. And we're going to see if we can meet that goal. Let me see. Valencian 1776. Thank you for the 10. I sent an email. Could you let me know if you get it? Yes. Let me go open my email really quickly. Let's see. Okay. In it, does it say, I don't want to say your name if this is you. Is it in the header? Does it say 12 August 26? It says forward calendar order update. Was that you? Let's see. Okay, let me see. Valencia, you don't have to send me a super chat. Just comment in the chat. Was that you? Let's see. I don't want to say your name because I don't want to accidentally dox you. You sent me the email. Was this the one 6 minutes ago? It says, good evening. Below is my email I tried to send last week as well as proof of my order. Please let me know if you need anything else from me for this V/R and then your name. Is that you? Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. I'll go. I'll look. I got your email. I'll respond to you after the stream. I'm looking through. Let's see. I didn't see any of these, so I apologize. Oh, you moved. Oh, you know what? If you moved, I don't know when you moved. It says here that you moved. Okay, so it might have been one of the ones that was returned to me. I'll go and look through my returned orders. I can have like a whole box of them in my car. Okay. Okay, I'll resend you everything, but this new one, it's in the second. Okay, you know, I'll resend you everything and I'll drop it off tomorrow because I have a couple of my iBooks. A couple iBooks I need to drop off tomorrow. I'll drop it off tomorrow. I apologize. Yeah, it probably I don't know when you moved, but if you moved, the post office doesn't understand forwarding addresses, which it's funny because some people it works with and other ones it won't. So it might have gotten lost in the mail. I appreciate you reaching out, letting me know, because half the time I don't. And Indiegogo sucks so fucking bad. If I try to email anyone, it doesn't go through. So I have no way of contacting backers. So I'm sorry that you had to reach out to me this way. I didn't see your past email. So again, I apologize. It might have gotten shoved into my spam and then accidentally deleted. But I'll take care of everything, and I'll send you some extras since you got screwed over by the post office. But thank you for letting me know. I'll get that all taken care of. I'll email you back after the stream with confirmation and everything. But thanks for letting me know again. I'm sorry about the inconvenience, dude. That sucks. I hate having issues. This is why when people ask me if I want to do another calendar, and I'm like, do you know how fucking awful it is to deal with the United States Postal Service or customs or Canada? I didn't know that my arch nemesis would be the Canadian Postal Service or the United States Postal Service. Like Canada and United States, I hate them. It is easier to send a package to the Ukraine than it is to send it to fucking Canada. It makes no sense. Okay, back to Spider-Man. Back to Spider-Man. So, let's see. What was I saying? Spider-Man. Oh, yeah. So, the second half of the movie is basically Jean Grey and Peter trying to suppress his Spidey abilities. So, he goes and talks to Hulk. Then he finds out that she's going and taking over this facility. So he goes there, and that's when we get to see she's controlling Hulk now, and she's making Hulk Hulk out. And so this is where Dale Keown gets his credit in the movie, because Hulk smash, it's like the biggest, baddest Hulk that you can see because Jean Grey is controlling him. So we get a big fight scene between Spider-Man, Punisher, and Hulk, which is pretty awesome. Okay, Monty Python, thank you for the Rumble Rant. It seems like the variant of Jean had Xavier never been there to help her, a variant that would likely not exist after Secret Wars. Well, I don't know how they're doing it, because they didn't say the word mutant once in this movie. Like, she never says, I'm a mutant. They never talk about mutants. They never, literally, they never address her powers, really, or they never give a name to it. Even, the tech people that she's infiltrating, they never address it, okay? So it's pretty weird. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it, because it's, I don't know, the studio rights and everything. I guess we'll find out in Doomsday, which I read the plot spoiler of Doomsday, and oh my God, not good. But we'll see. I don't know. How are they going to do it? How are they going to do it, man? Because I know that he teaches her from when she's young, and I mean, they can still technically do it if they want, but there's a lot of things. The way that the Punisher is acting isn't the way I think the Punisher would act. MJ being Zendaya is not how I would ever picture Zendaya. So basically, from what my headcanon for the way that Marvel is doing these superheroes now is it's like when you go to Spirit Halloween, and it's they're not allowed to say oh, this is Game of Thrones. It'll be this is Dragon Queen. This isn't Daenerys Targaryen. This is Dragon Queen. And it's close enough but slightly different enough to where Spirit Halloween won't get sued. Sorry, it does every hour or so it kicks me and I have to bring myself in. But that's just what my headcanon for the excuses as to why Marvel does it that way. That's just how I see it, I guess. Where is the next one? Yub Nubs, thank you for the 10. Yub Nub. Well, thank you. Gary G. Gunderson III, thank you for the $5 over on YouTube. If it makes you feel any better, I once gave a swirly to a Canadian in the bathroom of the YMCA gym. IDK, if that makes up for the Canadian or for Canada annoying you. Actually, you know what? It does make a difference. Thank you. I support you. Good job. Mark Zart, thank you for the $20. That's not cheap. That is helpful towards my diaper fund. Thank you. Thank you. A good evening, Anna. A little contribution to the diaper fund. I got the iProject book and it's great. I know you can't wait for the Highlander. Will a new baby get a name after Henry? Well, that depends on if the baby's a boy. I haven't done the gender reveal yet for you guys. It's because I lost the popper. I've been needing to film myself doing a gender reveal so everyone can find out if I'm having a boy or a girl. But basically what me and Peaches discovered with the first baby is that we need to meet the baby and see like what name suits the baby. Because with my daughter, obviously for the first 8 months, I thought I was having a boy because they told me I was having a boy. I had 2 baby showers for a boy, and then they tell me 2 weeks before I have my baby that it's a girl. So I had like my top like name for her, like it just didn't fit. Like, so I had like 3 names that I'm like, okay, we both like these, we both agree on these 3 names, so it's got to be one of those 3, and it didn't fit her at all. None of them fit her at all, and I was calling her every name, and like they were literally yelling at me. They're like, "You can't leave the hospital without naming your baby." And it took me forever, and I'm like, none of these names suited her, and I was just like holding her on my chest. I'm in the hospital from 4 in the morning to like 10 or 11. I can't exactly remember. I called her every goddamn name I could think of just to see which one would fit. And then her name hit me and I was like, oh my God. And I called her and she like looked up at me and I was like, oh my God, that's your name. But so I have names for this one that I like, but I don't know if they're going to fit this baby. I need to see this baby. I need to get to know this baby's personality, and we'll see. Maybe it'll be like literally the first name I thought of, and I'll meet this baby will pop out of me and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's the baby's name, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. I have a couple names I've been thinking of. Peaches has a couple he's been thinking of. The only thing, like, we both just have to agree. So, that's where we are right now when it comes to names, but, I don't think I'd name my baby after my celebrity crush. Gary G. Gunderson, thank you for the 2. If there are any other targets, I'm to your command. Oh, well, thank you. Joseph, thank you for the 5 over on YouTube. Idea: a new calendar collaborating with some gal pals, reduce the workload, plus you'll have friends to help promote. I was going to do that. I was going to do like a Greek goddess or like a anime or a Sailor Moon. And the problem with that is how to say this in the most civil way. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the people I was friends with that hung out with all the time a few years ago are not the same people that are in my life now. And I've basically, I don't think you should ever mix friendship and money. And so when it's a situation where I'm doing a calendar and it's going to be making me money, that's not, I feel like that's just going to get, that's just like a type of hell I don't want to deal with. And money getting involved in friendships, it always causes awkwardness. And I don't know. I did some here. You guys want to see? I did some photo shoots with like Brittany, Chrissy, and Lila as like Sailor Moons. And we had a lot of fun. Let me see if I can find some. Here, do you guys want to see the ones of me and Brittany and the ones of me and Chrissy? Let me see. Cosplay. Sailor Scouts. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Like here, this is cute. Oh, what the heck? Like, look, here's me and Lila. I think it's so cute. Look at, there's me and Lila. Isn't it adorable? There's me and Lila. Sailor Mercury and Chibiusa. That was fun. There's Chrissy and Lila. Chrissy did like a bunch. But so that was kind of the gist of it. I did some with Venti. Where are the finished ones? Okay, I think I only have one finished one of me and Brittany. Brittany didn't like it because my butt was showing, but I think it's cute. So this was me and Brittany Venti as let's see. So there's me and Brittany's. Brittany didn't like it because you can see my butt. But see, she's Sailor Jupiter and I'm Sailor. I like it. I think it's cute. I think it's cute. But yeah, Brittany looked awesome. She's so photogenic. But yeah. So only problem is you can't see my feet. Well, I wasn't wearing my boots for this, so I'm really frustrated. My calf muscle looks amazing, but yeah, Brittany didn't like this one because my butt is showing. But Brittany was awesome. Brittany did so good. Her photo shoot was so cool to see. But yeah, so yeah, Sailor Moon. But I'm Sailor Mercury. She's Sailor Pluto, or not Pluto. She's Sailor Jupiter. Excuse me. So yeah, so I was I did do collabs and I just never used them for anything. I was going to do an anime calendar and I was going to have those, but I never did just because mixing friendships and money, it gets weird. So I have those. I've never used them. I don't think I ever will. I don't know. Maybe I think I would just have to like just pay them directly for it. Like kind of like when you do a cover or like people do a cover and just pay them a flat rate for it. But I have a feeling it'd be expensive. So I don't know if it would be financially worth it. But, and also I don't know. I feel like Chrissy would be okay with it. I'm pretty sure Lila would be. I just don't know if Venti would be. But yeah, so I did technically do a collab. I just never posted it. Well, yeah, did you guys like those? Did you guys think those were cool? Strange Bubble Boy, thank you for the 2. Funny since Brittany talks about butt so often. Does she? Mouse Brother, thank you for the 2. Yo, Anna, Brother Mouse getting funky, baby. Oh, well, congratulations. Let's see. Okay, I read that one. Let me make sure I'm caught up on Rumble Rants. I am. Okay, cool. Cool. There we go. All right. Nina probably would. Nina would be cool with it. And I remember talking to Brittany about doing like a Greek goddess calendar, and she said that she would want to be Artemis. And I was like, oh, really? That's the one you'd want to be? Yeah, that would be cool. I think right now, like if I were to do one, like I would want to do Hera because she's the goddess. I don't typically like Hera, but when I read Lore Olympus, I actually like that version of Hera. Because Hera's always such a bitch when you're in Greek mythology, but because she's the goddess of marriage and motherhood, and I'm obviously married and I have a baby. Married with a baby, that could be something I could do. Let's see. Yeah, I Venti out of the pictures. No, listen. Just because I haven't talked to Brittany in years, it doesn't take away from the memories and the fun times that we had when we did do stuff together, okay? Ravenclaw, thank you for being a member for 50 months. Do an anime calendar in the future once no prego. That's true. Hopefully 3 more on the way. Well, no, Nina was she wanted to be Princess Serenity, which would have been cool. That would have been fun to do. maybe when she comes back to like California, and I was gonna hit up Melanie to see if she wanted to like do the Sailor Mars thing because that's what she wore when she went there. But I don't know. I don't know. I just when you mix friends and money, it just gets weird. I don't. I don't know. Yeah. Mm. Call me Tex. I'm gonna listen. I know I should only address it if it's a super chat, but listen, I was pregnant with triplets and I lost 2 of them in the beginning of this pregnancy. So, yeah. Not to get too sad about it. Stars here, thing with 5. It's a shame. An anime calendar would make bank. You can even have a calendar company make them for you or just AI it. Oh my God. Anna, you haven't given a score to Spider-Man. If you watched my review, or if you watched my watch party of it, I did. I gave it a 6 because overall, eventually it became entertaining. And when the movie ended, I did enjoy it, but it wasn't like the best thing I've ever seen. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. It definitely had some issues. It definitely lagged from times, and obviously, like them not even being able to say mutants is an irritation. But overall, like I said, it lagged. There was like the DEI shit just stuck out like a sore thumb. The fact like the bad guy was just like the leader of the tech guys that like make all the tech to fight superheroes. And like there's no like aha moment we fought the bad guys. It's just like Jean confronts them. They're torturing her to use her powers. And they're like, we're gonna kill her. And he's just like, yeah, just go for it. And then we find out that they killed her sister by doing this to her. And she's like, the last thing my sister saw was this room looking up at the air vent and like the fading tag on the air vent. And like that was just imprinted in her mind. And so she wants to destroy these bad tech guys for killing her sister. And then there's no justice for the bad guy, and he's not even really a villain. It's like the weakest villain you could possibly imagine. And like nothing happens. It's just like they're torturing her to use her powers. She freezes half of the city. Punisher shoots, and instead of shooting her, since Peter took off his inhibitor, excuse me, he uses his like new evolved Spidey powers and he saves her. Instead of her getting shot, he gets shot. And so instead of dealing with the bad guy, it cuts to Peter waking up in the hospital with the Punisher because the Punisher and Jean saved him to take him to the hospital. And then the Punisher's like, oh, I have a way to get you out of the hospital without anyone seeing you. And he dresses up in the Spider-Man suit and he's like waving out the window while Peter just walks out. So we get nothing. We don't get any answers to what happens. And if the people that were torturing Jean that killed her sister, they don't get held accountable at all. So I really didn't like that there is no real villain. And then the antagonist villain in the movie, there's no accountability. He falls completely flat, and he's a token black guy. It's like you didn't even get like an A-list actor to be your villain. Like call up Idris Elba. I know the man's crazy and doesn't like thinks you shouldn't have butter knives, but he's a fantastic actor and that would have been great. But it's like they literally just hired a generic DI hire, which is unfortunate but that's what they do. They don't see people as people. They see people as props. And they're like, oh, you're black or Hispanic or mixed. Great, you get a part. And then it's like, then they get the heat for it because then they're getting criticized for being a DEI casting. But it's like, what, you think that the guy's not going to take $1 million+ job? Like that would be retarded. But then he's not at the caliber as anyone else. He has like little to no lines to work with. And because he's not at the level of caliber of an actor that he should be, like, the guy that played Gus in Breaking Bad, he would have been perfect. Take in mind, this is a part that has very little dialogue. You just need to have that presence. If the guy that played Gus in Breaking Bad was the bad guy in this, it would have leveled up this movie significantly. But the fact that the bad guy like has like 10 lines in the whole movie. One of them he's supposed to be lying to Peter, which if it was Gus from Breaking Bad, the Esposito guy, if he just, because one of the things is Peter says, oh, well, she said this to me. Or he said this name. He said Lucy. I think that was the name. And he just looks at him and he's like, oh yeah, that was like a coworker of mine. I must have been thinking about her when she took control of my brain. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he finds out like from Zendaya, she's like, I don't remember anything from when she possessed me. And he's like, oh my God, that guy was lying to me. If that was the actor that played Gus from Breaking Bad, that would have been delivered so powerful. And then when he's like, yeah, basically push the button to, force Jean's powers to, take over the city. Let's test Jean's powers. And then the scientist guy's like, well, this is going to kill her. And if it was Gus standing there and he just like looks at him and gives him the look, that would have hit home so much better. And this is one of the things that I think sucks is that they don't cast the best actors for the role. They just are like, we don't want any white people, or we have a white people limit because Spider-Man is white, Punisher is white, Hulk is white. So we can't have any more white people. So we need to get people of color to have everyone else in the cast. And instead of getting people that are at the higher level, and I don't mean this to be mean. I think if this is your first job or like your first or second job, oh yeah, also Jean Grey is white. You might not be as skilled of an actor, and there's nothing wrong with that because you have years to learn. But it's like people say this all the time. Oh, well, Nick Fury was a race cast. Nobody has a problem with Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson is a great actor. Okay. So having Samuel L. Jackson be Nick Fury, nobody's going to bat an eye because you have a fantastic actor. Okay. It's like, so if they would have gotten the guy that played Gus, I don't know if he's been in the MCU yet. I don't think he has. He would have been fucking great for that part. If you absolutely have to have a person of color because that is your only criteria, then you need to get an actor that's at that caliber to play the villain because your hero is only as strong as your villain. And Peter is dealing with the Spidey evolution thing, right? And so he's dealing with that, and he's dealing with the fact that he misses his friends and he misses Zendaya. So he's not even really focused on the bad guy. Like the bad guy is more so like him fighting with Jean Grey. And then once he finds out that Jean is, the anti-hero and that she's actually the sympathetic character, then it's like, well, then I have to save her. So Spider-Man really doesn't, fight the bad guy at all. He fights the bad guy's henchmen throughout the movie, but it's mostly between Jean and the generic black guy, okay? And I saw people complaining about Sadie Sink as an actress, and I'm like, I've never seen her in anything else, so I have no basis for comparison. But I thought she did good. She's fucking fantastic compared to the bitch that played Sansa Stark playing Jean Grey. God, that girl is awful. But I thought she did good for like a young teenage version of Jean Grey. She did fine. And all she had to do was be angry and look sad with her giant round blue eyes. She did a pretty good job of that. And she's being tortured. Like all she had to do was sit there and go, ah, in pain. Right? So I think and we know that, what's his name? Esposito, Gus from Breaking Bad. The first movie I ever saw him in was this movie called The Holiday. It's with Queen Latifah. It's where she finds out that she has like a month to live during Christmas time. So she's like, I'm just going to take my money and I'm just going to blow it. And she goes to like this high-end resort and everybody thinks that she's this like rich billionaire woman. And Gus from Breaking Bad is in it and he like likes her. And he like is the executive or something for like the one of the guys that doesn't like her is like an executive for one of the stores, and so she's just like calling them out and their bullshit. But he's charming in that movie because he likes her and she's not interested in him at all. It's funny. But so I saw him in that. So I've seen like he can be charming, and then him as Gus, he can be sinister. So he would have been perfect for like the villain in this movie, which of course we all would have known immediately that he's the villain in this movie. It's like, oh, look, you have a really high-end actor in this movie playing this random throwaway role. Kind of like in Wonder Woman, in the very first Wonder Woman movie, when Professor Lupin is like the random war council guy. And it's like, I wonder who the bad guy is. It's like, oh, you have all these generic actors, then Professor Lupin. I wonder. But so I think the biggest fault in this movie, aside from what they did with the hand, because that was retarded, I think it was the casting of the bad guy. He was a terrible cast, and if they would have cast a better actor, it would have been significantly better, in my opinion. So that was the problem I had. But overall, I would say the movie was enjoyable. There definitely was parts that it lagged. I think all movies nowadays are really suffering from editing. I think there needs to be more tight editing. And I don't know, maybe they just can't hire good people that know when to cut things. But yeah, so I would say out of all of them, it's good. It was enjoyable. There was definitely issues with it, but I give it a 6 out of 10. Mouse brother, thank you for the 2. More like Sadie Sink, am I right? Or Stink. Nah, she was good. Then the one before that says, Brit is anti-butt, no booty allowed. No, I think she just thought that it was kind of inappropriate for the photo shoot, which, I mean, we can agree to disagree. Ravenclaw, thank you for the 5. Juan Carlo Esposito would have been a good for the role in Spider-Man. Better than his reshoot character in Captain America 4. He's good at being bad. He was in Captain America 4? Okay, see, I didn't know that. Chris 24 M34, thank you for the 5. No Way Home is a better movie than Brand New Day, but it's the best Spider-Man performance by Tom Holland. I don't even know the name of this movie. Is that the No Way Home is the one with 3 of them. I'm guessing Brand New Day was this one. I don't know. I don't see Peter Parker. I just see Tom Holland. Like, I don't think he's acting. I mean, aside from doing an American accent instead of a British accent, I don't see Tom Holland as acting. I'm just like, oh, this is just Tom Holland in this costume, you know? Darth Gorebag, thank you for the 33. As a longtime follower / supporter, I'm taking a bit of a risk asking this, as it's a hill I'm willing to die on. Crossing fingers you won't break my heart. But what's your opinion on pit bulls? Where do you stand on the big debate? I will never own one. I don't want them around my children. When I see them at the beach, I'm like, we are walking as fast as possible by them, especially now that I have a child. That being said, I've been around nice ones, but it's like, it's kind of like people that own snakes. I think you motherfuckers are crazy. I don't know why anyone would ever own a snake. I don't think like I'm just like, you know what? Keep it away from me. You do you, boo, but keep it away from me. You know, I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life or, you know, what to do. I do agree that a lot of it is like the nature versus nurture, that there are bad owners out there and they don't train their dogs. I think that's a big problem, is people like, if you're going to have an animal like that, you need to be able to control it. Now, I have I don't know if you guys can see it on here. I actually have a scar from where I got bit. It wasn't by a pit bull. My sister decided to get a Doberman. And has she trained this Doberman? No, she never trained this Doberman. And when her and her boyfriend broke up, she moved in with my mother with a giant Doberman that she has not trained. And my mother had like my childhood dog still, a Boston Terrier. Now, the size difference between a Boston Terrier and a Doberman is quite fucking significant. And her name was Lucy. My childhood dog, Lucy, a little tiny Boston Terrier, but she was an alpha dog, okay? She took no shit from anyone. And her and my sister's dog did not get along, and my sister did not train her dog. And somebody let one of the dogs in, and I had to pull this giant Doberman off of my dog, my little freaking dog. She had puncture wounds in her like back legs from where my sister's retarded Doberman bit her. I got bit by the Doberman. I had this, like, my whole arm was black. I had like I still have a scar. It's not showing up on screen. If you ever meet me in person, you can probably see it. But a big part of it is the owner, and you have to train your dog. So, like, my cousin, she had a pit bull, and he was like the sweetest thing. I think it's just like, I would never leave my baby alone with somebody's pet snake. I don't want to touch a pet snake. I don't want it around me. I understand that, like, I mean, dogs are better than snakes, so that's not even a fair comparison, but that's just like what I think of. Like, would I ever own one? No. Are they cute when they're puppies? Absolutely. I just, like, I would always be on guard. Like, I wouldn't trust it. I saw that story a few years ago where the couple had pit bulls and they killed the babies, and like the mom got mauled. So it's like, yeah, I think you have to be the type of person that is prepared to fight and train your goddamn dog, basically. Like, my Tulip will never run away. She's a princess. I mean, unless somebody has food, then she might run to the person that has food. But Tulip doesn't want to be around anyone except for me and Peaches. And like, I don't have to put Tulip on a leash for her to stay with us. She will stay with us. She's like, other humans, ew. Like, I could leave the front door wide open and Tulip wouldn't leave. But when I go to the dog beach and there's pit bulls there, like, I don't want to be around them. I don't want my baby to be around them, because it's like one wrong move. It's, and I get it. There's some dogs that are like the sweetest things in the world. And it's like, the statistics are not on their side. But overall, if you own one, I hope to God you train them and that you're prepared to deal with the consequences on if you didn't train them. I personally could never own a dog that I physically couldn't overpower. Like, Dixie is probably the biggest dog I could own. I wanted a Saint Bernard when I was little, and I also like boxers. I think they're so cute. Or like Bernese Mountain Dogs. I think they're so cute. But like, even like, I like Rottweilers. They're really cute. But I could never own those dogs. They're just too big. Because if anything happens, I need to physically overpower this animal. And like, I can overpower Dixie if I absolutely have to. And Tulip, obviously, she's like this big. She's a little loaf. But, and that's just my personal preference. Like, I have to physically be able to overpower the animal. And even a small pit bull, I couldn't overpower it. And when I was younger, like, when I lived out on the ranch, like, I remember it was kind of a crazy day because this lady, I guess, two pit bulls got out and they were killing this woman's sheep, and like, she went and got like my dad and like his brother and like all the guys that, like, because my dad owned a trucking company. She like came over screaming. She's like, "There's these dogs and they're killing my sheep." So my dad had to go and take care of it. And it's like, when a whole group of men have to go take care of like two dogs, it's like, you're not going to deal with that with a lab. You're not going to deal with that with an Australian Shepherd. You're not going to have to deal with that with a Pekingese. So it's just the statistics behind those type of dogs. So it's like, if you own one of those, you're putting your life in your own hands, man. Like, I could never own one. I get it if you're John Wick, right? But I'm not John Wick. I can't do it. So if that is your life decision, that is your life decision, But not for me. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm all caught up on super chats. Let me check my Rumble rants. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. I hope that was an okay answer. Mr. Canadian, they were the 10. Giving Canadian swirlies. What the fuck, Anna? I can't believe you condone such a thing. Tech guys equal damage control. Venom should have cured Spider-Man. Venom was shown at the end credit of the last movie. Was he? Oh, yeah, but I don't know if they're really going to mix universes, huh? Oh, Mr. Canadian, did you get your book? I sent it. One Punch fan, thank you for the Rumble rant for $3. Diaper fund for the baby. And then another One Punch fan. Sing it, Anna. Hashtag save Stargate. Well, I can't sing, but yes. Hashtag save Stargate. Didn't John Wick have a beagle? Yes, the beagle got killed. That's why he went on his rampage. And then he gets a pit bull later. One Punch fan is now a monthly supporter. Great. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being a member. If you are a member of my channel over on Rumble, guys, I do move for my members now. I was doing World Cup footage. Now that World Cup's over, I've decided I'm going to do a weekly movie night. And once fall starts, we're going to start doing all the horror movies. So once a week, I will watch a movie with my members. It'll be Rumble exclusive for members only. So we're going to start doing that. So if you guys want to be able to do that with me, you got to be a member of my Rumble channel or have Rumble Premium, but preferably be a member of my channel so you guys can support my channel. But thank you. Thank you, One Punch fan, for doing that. I appreciate you. Let's see. Oh my God. Stop kicking me, child. Stop kicking mommy. Okay, well, we've talked about Spider-Man. Let's talk about the thing I have been waiting all night to talk about, which is, drum roll, please, Henry Cavill. Oh my God. It's not, I know this is AI, but this isn't even fair to other humans. Like, I'm embarrassed that I'm the same species as this man. How is it possible? Like, aliens must be so confused when they look at us humans because they're like, you have this, but you also have, everything else. It's just not fair. He's so pretty. Oh my God. But yeah, this wonderful human posted this and it says, just a reminder, we will soon see Henry Cavill as Highlander. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, my body is ready. And somebody's like, Anna, you're already pregnant. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go into when this movie comes out. When does this movie come out? Let me see. When does Highlander come out? It's in December. Watch. Let's see. Late 2026 to 2027. Oh my God. Wouldn't that be fucking hilarious so my baby that I'm currently pregnant with is due December 2026. What if, like I said, I made a joke, but now I might be serious. What if I go and see this movie and my water breaks? I bet you that would happen. Oh my God. Could you imagine this movie comes out and I watch it and my water breaks? Like, because I'm like, my body's ready. And they're like, you're already pregnant. I'm like, what if I see this movie and I'm just like, oh my God, and I go into labor? Because they say that's a thing that if you want to induce labor, one of the natural ways to do it is to have sex. And I'm like, well, I mean, he's orgasmic just looking at him. So what if I turn on this movie to watch it, or I go to the theater and my water breaks? And I'm like, oh my God. That would be my luck. Watch that happen. You know what? Watch, because I'm not going to get induced or anything. I already told Peaches, I'm like, I don't care if it's like past, because it's 40 weeks is generally when you have your baby. What if it goes past 40 weeks and it's like 41, 42? And I'm like, maybe I just need to watch this movie and I'll go into labor like that. Then you have to name him Henry. Well, that's if it's a boy. What if it's a girl? have your overnight bag on standby. When I went in for my first baby, I didn't have an overnight bag. I just had my purse. I didn't even have a phone charger on me. Yeah, I wasn't prepared at all. Well, I didn't to be fair, when I went into the hospital, I did not know I was having my baby that day. And I just did. And I had to have the emergency C-section. So I didn't have any clothes, I didn't have any makeup, I didn't have any shampoo. I didn't have anything. I went in because I thought that they were gonna just move the baby. One Punch fan says the baby be like, "What the fuck, mom? I'm not ready." I know, right? Oh, but what if that happens? What if I like go to watch this movie and my water just breaks? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. But guys, I saw this and I was like, "Oh my god." Ugh. Oh my god. Like, and I'm not kidding. When I post these things, this is literally my reaction. Like, oh my god, my body is ready. I've waited my whole life to see Henry Cavill fighting with swords to the Queen soundtrack. Like, I just see this and I'm just like, I hear the song and I'm just like, I am immortal. I have inside me black kings. I have no rival. No man can be my equal. See my amazing singing? I can't sing to save my life. But oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, I need to I can't look at this. I'm not going to be able to focus on anything. Sorry. Oh my god. My body is ready. God, he's so pretty. It's not fair. It's not fair to anyone else. But okay, I got a package. I put it in this bag. So, I went to my P.O. box. This was in there. I don't know who. Oh, I can't eat these. Oh god, brain freeze. I can't do warheads. Whoever sent this to me, this makes my mouth break out. Like it just becomes all sores. So this is from Enjoy Your Gift. Thank you, whoever sent me that. Even like super chats, I can't eat this because when I tried this when I was a little kid, like literally my mouth turned into all like canker sores. I can't do sour. Yeah, this would be painful. So thank you, whoever sent that to me. You're evil. You are evil, but oh my god. Yeah, that would be hell. That would be hell to eat one of these. And then I wanted to show you guys something. So now that Halloween is upon us, I got a candle. I got a pumpkin spice candle, which I got to go in here because Peaches says it smells too much like oil paint. And I'm like, well, that's what happens when you oil paint. So I got this. I'm going to put this right here. Actually, a little further. There we go. We'll put that right there for right now. I have a cute little candle, get rid of the oil paint smell. And I have that. But I went obviously to TJ Maxx. And so they have these round frames now. So, which is weird because this was $6.99. Let me show you the other one. Okay. So, now, one was from TJ Maxx, one was from Ross. These are pretty much almost the exact same frame. The black one was $6.99. This one was $4.99. But you see, so I did this whole, how I was doing the eye paintings, I got all these round canvases, and me and Peaches were just watching Star Trek, so I just sat there at the counter, and I just painted, like, a bunch of eyes. Because I used to do cons, and I want to do them again, but, like, okay, let me put this, I'll put this one. This is a good Halloween-y one. But so obviously all of the eye paintings that I've done, those first and foremost go out to the people that volunteered their eye if they want to buy them. And so, let's see. I need to take the sticker off. But these are 4x4. And so if I wanted these to be like, just a little bit nicer of a display, I was like, oh my gosh, these frames would be perfect. I went to Hobby Lobby and bought a bunch of round frames, and some of them work, some of them don't. But, just to give people some options. Oh, look at that. That looks really cool. Let me get the sticker off of it. But I'm thinking about sellability, right? And I would put some gold on this to make it stand out a little bit more. Or like some, actually, if I did this orange, I would do some like copper. But look at how cool that is, right? And it's like on theme with like the Halloween. I think that that's cool. You guys don't have to think so. I think that that's cool. Let me take this one off. So I'm basically going to be running around to like every Ross, TJ Maxx, Burlington, and getting all of these Halloween frames because I think that they work really, really well. Midsummer Scream just happened this past weekend. And I was their first like 3. And I haven't been back since. I remember I had a line at my booth that was like a mile long because I was doing caricatures. Like I had my paintings there because that's what I was asked to come there to do, was to do paintings. And then I was like, oh, I'll just do characters on the side. And my line was like 2 hours long to do caricatures. So I need to go back and do it next year. So I'm starting to stock up. So I need a lot of eye paintings. But look at that. Like, oh, this one I really like. That's awesome. So I need to basically just run around to different stores and get all of these. Ah! Oh my god! Ah! Peaches! There is a giant cockroach. It was like this big. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like one that you see at the zoo. I've never seen one of those before. I know, careful the candle. I'm just gonna put that out. I have never, oh my god. Guys, it literally looked, oh my god, there's a hair. Now I'm all scared. It literally looked like one that you see at the fucking zoo in like those reptile bins. What the fuck? Oh my god. I have never seen one of these before in real life outside of a fucking zoo. Oh my god. Nope, 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 nope. Damn, Anna, clean. It is clean. I don't know where it came from. I've never seen one. I've never seen one of these in real life. Why do all these animals come and find me? Yeah, okay. Guys, I'm gonna go. I've already gone for an hour or 2 hours and a half. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go get my husband and I'm gonna make him come out here and kill this goddamn thing. I don't see it anymore, which means it's behind my computer. I'm gonna make my husband get it. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Leave me a comment, smash that like button. I'm all caught up on super chats. Thank fucking God. Oh no, I'm not. Okay, One Punch Fan, thank you. The baby will be like, what the fuck, Mom? I'm not ready. Mr. Canadian, thank you for the one. No delivery yet. FedEx email says tomorrow is the day. Jack says on Cecil's channel, yes. Don't tell him I am surprising him. I invited like 20 people. So far, Alex Stein, Camelot, Robot Head, and more are coming. So, guys, I'm about to freak the fuck out. I need to get as far away from God damn it, please stop sending me super chats. I need to go get my husband. Have him open the computer and make sure there aren't any nasty. My computer's open because I had this problem with like my RAM sticks. So I can see inside my computer. There's nothing in there. But okay, I have to go before this. Oh my god, I'm so freaked out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you later.